Hi, my name is Kimberly DiMarino, and I'm a senior at the University of Rhode Island. My topic for my final project is communication and collaboration. So let's get started. First, what will be discussed in this presentation? What does communication and collaboration mean? What are some specific ways communication and collaboration is achieved today in society? So in other words, what are some examples that are common among the public? What is the background behind this technology? The analysis on the opinions of communicative technology and the various settings they're used in. And lastly, what relation does this topic have to CSC 101? So what does communication and collaboration mean? It means to socialize and interact with others through the means of technology, maintain relationships and form new ones, achieve goals and assignments with others, and develop new ideas by collaborating with each other. What are some specific ways communication and collaboration is achieved today in society? So first, we have email. Some common examples are AOL, Gmail, and Yahoo. Next, we have SMS messaging, or it's otherwise known as text messaging. Some common service providers are Verizon, AT&T, and Sprint. Most likely, if you have a cell phone, this comes with the service that you receive. Next, we have cloud. Two very common examples are Google Docs and Prezi. Prezi is very similar to a PowerPoint. Then we have video conferencing or chatting. We have FaceTime, which is seen by a lot of people because the iPhone is very common among the public. But before that, a lot of people use Skype, which you access through your laptop. And lastly, social media. We have Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Pinterest. So what is the background behind all this technology? First, email. It was invented by V.A. Shiva Ayyadurai in 1972 and copyrighted in 1982. There's a picture to your right of the man who invented the email, and he said that something that everyone from secretary to CEO could use to quickly and reliably send and receive digital messages. He says that this is his reason for creating the email, and he surely has made it successful and invented something that has enhanced communication among society. Next, we have text messaging. The first text message was sent in 1992 by Neil Papworth. Since then, the technology of text messaging has made many advances which are still enhancing the communication of those today. For example, Christine Erickson says, SMS has become more than just a way to text with friends. It also lets us receive updates and alerts, keep track of our finances, send email, and much more. Now, what is cloud computing? It allows an individual to store and access files through the internet instead of storing the files on a computer's hard drive. Therefore, even if one's computer was to crash, the data would not be lost. Next, we have video chatting and conferencing. This is a mean of communication that is more personable, since individuals can see each other's faces. It makes communication easier because words are being said out loud instead of written. The conversation can happen quicker, and the tone is understood between the parties speaking. 98% of human resources executives says that video conferencing removes distance barriers and improves productivity between teams in different cities and countries. Therefore, video conferencing has enhanced communication in the work setting, and they are able to get their work done a lot quicker than they would if it was just through email or even just a telephone. And lastly, we have social media. It allows individuals to communicate with each other all over the world, maintain and create new relationships with friends and family. Some items that are seen on an individual's social media are pictures, videos, and statuses, which all update their loved ones with what they are doing. One of the most popular creators of social media, Mark Zuckerberg, he was the founder of Facebook, said that he wanted to create an environment where people could share whatever information they wanted, but also have control over whom they share that information with. So now I did an analysis on the opinions of technology. Earlier in the course, I was asked to create a survey where I shared it with my family and friends through Facebook, and I asked them, do you believe social media has been a beneficial way in how we communicate? They were asked this question and given the option to answer one of the three responses. Yes, it has provided new ways to communicate. No, it has taken away from face-to-face communication. Or undecided, it has had both a positive and negative impact on communication. Obviously, the majority of voters chose undecided. I believe that they chose this because the positive impact of social media is that you're able to keep in contact with people all over the world, no matter where you are. But the negative impact is that you do lose the face-to-face communication that is very personable. Last, for the analysis, I have an interview with my roommate where I asked her, how do you think social media has impacted communication? And do you see any value in video communication? So I'll play that for you right now. How do you think social media has impacted communication?
I think social media has made it easier to communicate with people and to connect with people. I have aunts in Canada that I can constantly talk to online every day and see what they're doing. Also, you can communicate with people all over the world through Facebook or through different apps. So it's made communication a lot easier.
Do you see any value in video communication?
I think video communication is important because a lot of the times you can't get a thorough message across just through text. I think video communication is a better quality way to communicate with people.
So that was my interview with my roommate. And next I have this website I would just like to show you, which I used while conducting research for this project. It's called Social Media and Interpersonal Communication. It's an article found in Social Work Today, and it just talks about the effects that social media is having on communication and how, although interactions are becoming greater, that the style of communication is changing. Also speaks about how the technology is a bit of an overload for society and that people need to sometimes learn how to make sense of the information that we now have. It goes on to talk about privacy and the future of social media and where people can see it going. So you can find this once again on socialworktoday.com. And lastly, I just want to show you my own website. So this is my homepage, where I have my abstract. Now we go to my introduction, where I just give a little brief intro into what I'm going to be talking about. Next section, we have background, which is basically just the information I just told you on all the types of technology that are out there. And I also have a video talking about the evolution of communication technology and how it has changed throughout the years. Now I have my analysis, where I have the video interview I just showed you. And I have my relation to my course, which I will talk to you about in just a second. And lastly, just the conclusion about what I've learned from this topic and this course. And my references that I've used for my research are listed here. So go back to my presentation. So in relation to the course, there's constant communication using the internet for this online class. The students communicate with the professor and submit assignments through the internet. We use Google Docs to save our files, which is a specific example of cloud computing. I could access these files on any device as long as I had the internet. Then YouTube, which is an example of social media, was used consistently in this class to teach lectures, and students posted their own videos, which I actually just showed you. And lastly, without the use of communicative technology in CSC 101, the class would not be able to function as an online course. So in summary, this presentation tells us there are more ways than ever for society to communicate among each other due to the innovative technology that has been created. Although some may argue that this technology has taken away from face to face communication, in general, it has enhanced communication in more ways than one. No matter where you are in the world, communication is always possible.